Hi, this is Karisma, Appedole in New York. I just took, and I have in front of my camera, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 UFOs. 7, 8. Hi, Arcturians. Hi, Andromedans. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, here I am. But it's too dark today, and your lights are not too shiny. I don't see your lights too shiny as last night. It is in the 317 northwest aces. I am in Queens, New York, and I can see you pretty well. Hoping. Oh, that's the shiny UFO now. Hi. Well, I have been writing and explaining your geometrical structure figures you're doing tonight. You are doing something that looks to be also for the DNA, for a molecular structure of one in the center, then 4 UFOs in each corner. That's what I'm seeing now. And it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 UFOs. Very interesting. You are suspended in a complete anti-gravitation process that you handle perfectly well. Your science, the advancement of your science goes to control neutrally gravity, anti-gravity, neutrally charges, positive, negative charges, the fields, magnetic and electric fields, the geometrical patterns, the speed of light, in a multidimensional projection. So I understand very well what you're doing. I work all this in my matrices of the quadrature of the circle. Well, now I see that in the back you have 1, 2, 3, 4 UFOs that are doing like a straight line to half of the geometrical structure. And then you're doing a 72 degrees using the vortex of the moon at the same time, with the way all the UFOs are suspended in the air in anti-gravity. And you're also doing a 60-degree angle with the moon as the vortex. So this is quite amusing and interesting, because you are projecting the correction of the DNA of the second level of consciousness, which is the conflicting one of most inhabitants in planet Earth. This means that through the movement in the geometrical structures you're doing, you are aligning, you are enhancing, you are clearing, and you are connecting in rhythm, which is so important now. The DNA energy light flow of thousands and thousands of years that humanity has blockages in the Z, in the D, and in the D chakras. That is why the changing of the colors, because you are moving intervals of music, which is the warp of space-time, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, the logarithmic asymmetric spiral of the ascension or light of sound of our Almighty Creator. You are now holding those filaments of light or sound in third dimension through me and through all the people that are seeing these videos and are able to resonate in their understanding in light, in their photons, in their consciousness. So now you're doing a pentagram according to what I can see here. And that is extremely important because, again, you're working a 5 just, a 5th just interval in music, which goes from C to G, and it will open the communication immediately of our Almighty Creator in resonance, and skip from the C, it goes through the D, as in date chakra of the liver and lymphatic, and through the E of fears, undeterminism, ignorance, to the G, which at the same time the G is the most important key because it gives the 5th just in the diatonic scale of C. So it's quite interesting the work you're doing, and I am grateful that I am able to explain it scientifically. All the forces are in equilibrium multidimensionally. It means in any acceleration or deceleration of the speed of light, and time is a location or an acceleration or deceleration of the speed of light. That is my definition of time. So it's important because you're working a now time, which is extremely, extremely interesting, because that way you are helping people to be extracted, like, let's put it that way, of the old patterns of the DNA congestive blockages that they have had from inheritance of their ancestors and of the manipulation of the frequencies in the moon. That's why you are using the moon as a place of subconscious and fourth dimension movement to all the planet, as well as the magnetosphere of planet Earth, because it works in fourth dimension, 1 octave hertz, which is now the ubication in space with time of planet Earth evolution to the ascension of its frequency 1 octave hertz up, and all inhabitants that are able to hang around to this light and music filaments and resonate it through their conduct behavior changes and absorption of light in their consciousness by their conduct behavior. Those are the ones. Wow, you're doing more. Wow, let's see, let me count. 2, 4, 3. Well, you're trying to make now the Star of David in one way, but at the same time, yeah, you're doing like a flower of life, in a sort of flower of life, divided the 6 segments of the creation. Wow, interesting. Thank you, Andromedans. Thank you, Arcturians. Even though you're not expressing the communication of the blinking of your light, I am able to see it very clear. Hoping that anytime you blink and shine more your UFOs, even though that you are doing like an artistic, creative work, because not even the NASA is able to give this information because they are not truthful, and you don't put yourself, thank you, in front of the NASA's photographs or telescopes. You are doing to all of us in planet Earth, since you love and want people, Andromedans, that people you want to be free by their own self-freedom, by their own self-love and connection to the main source. That is one of the purposes of Andromeda, helping us with 5,000 years of civilization above us. Arcturians have a lot of time and are the most evolved civilization in the Milky Way galaxy. Also, they are a very old civilization, which we owe too much as the Pleiadians, which were before living in planet Earth and are us as a race, but to the future, because they have passed and learned the steps of evolution and of conscious and transformation of our second level consciousness to the galactic consciousness, which I call it because that is the awakening of us and understanding that we are here to live a better life of freedom, of joyful heart, and of wisdom. This is one of the best desires that I have been communicated directly by my Almighty Creator, the source of all energy and light. That is what He continuously tells me. He wants His children in planet Earth now in this time to change and take the advantage of the opportunity that all these UFOs are giving us of liberating us from karma. But only those of you that understand and transmit also to 1 to 2 to 3 of your friends these videos and explain them, and take care of all my YouTube uploads where I am working with all the information through the filters that Olga Bernoulli has helped, Vivian Matos, and also of all my fuse classes that I have been giving since the 2014. They are in YouTube channel. You can make an effort to understand, because I have the possession of the matrices of the quadrature of the circle that really work together with all what the UFOs are doing, because I am using a very, very unified system of measurements: geometry, forces, vectors, charges, fields, music scales, diatonic and chromatic, the acceleration of the speed of light, and geometry. So geometry has the privilege that it can correct the DNA, because our DNA is a geometrical structure of the light filaments and sound filaments of our Almighty Creator in the warp of space-time. That is why these UFOs can be suspended the time they need and want in third, in fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, multidimensionally, dimension unto dimensions. Because they have learned the secrets and mysteries that are open to all of you that pass all of these tests, that we are no longer a planet of karma. That means we came here to learn the laws of cause and effect. If we have learned the laws of cause and effect, we are leaving this planet to the new challenge and world that our Almighty Creator has for each one of us. But those of you that don't do the work and don't want to do the work and are lazy or don't believe and don't want to make an effort, well, you will have your own space where to be. This is the opportunity, because it's an opportunity that we are liberating karma with the help of extraterrestrial civilizations like Andromedans, Pleiadians, Arcturians, and others. New York is the capital of the world, and my images, my videos go to all the world. We have the representation of each country, of each religion, each faith. But now, the time has come that we live in unity, in unification, in unconditional love, in self-respect and respect to others, to the own Creator of one cosmos with 8 universes. This is the great challenge. Try to read. It's a lot of people coming out of the subway, sorry. You know, the UFOs like to be here, so I am here. Well, now you're doing like a tree of life, my God. You're doing an horizontally tree of life, but at the same time, you're doing the pentagram directly with the moon, my God. Oh, dear UFOs, you're doing a great thing. You are injecting while you are holding anti-gravity with your devices, with your UFOs, which have an equipment that is highly evolved and can help the movement of the atomic structure, subatomic, cellular, molecular, and bodies of each inhabitant in planet Earth. You are injecting all these vibrations, but it depends that we allow. It depends that our free will can absorb the new frequencies you are creating for us. It's a great challenge. All the portals are open, and the most important portal is within ourselves. The connection of the physical, emotional, mind, soul, and spiritual bodies in each one of us with its correct acceleration of the speed of light, which that is what you're doing now, giving it for granted. So now everybody has to accept it personally and hold it. As you are suspended in the air and are holding anti-gravitation, which is amazing for the science of planet Earth, but not for all of us that can understand what you are doing, especially I that have those matrices, that have the calculations to do all these, and that I understand very well. And that is why perhaps you have selected me to give you the support, because I can understand. And that understanding that I have, I am teaching it. And I'm trying to help people to understand so they can really be part of all these great shifts in planet Earth. May peace prevail on Earth. Now I see the pentagram, and also I see a sword, like a little tree of life that you're doing in a Merkaba of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. I don't see the 7 UFO to form the 7 point in the center, but it might be there, but because it's too dark and because you're not shining it much for me, like yesterday, I cannot see more. Anyhow, in the name of all of those of my friends and pupils that are understanding what you're doing, I am grateful. I am seeing a symbol that is very important because it's very advanced. It's a symbol that moves the hemispheres of the brain in the right and left and in the up and down, and it's crossed like to be able to accelerate very high speeds in the brain, but very balanced, so people can shift to the next 3rd level of consciousness. Now I saw the 7th UFO. It's in the left, perfectly doing the geometrical structure that is needed, the tree of life, like the matrices of the quadrature, of the circle, of the Merkaba, of the warp of space-time that I have posted today in one of the 9 photos of yesterday, with the 4 phases of the speed of light, which you are handling. Because you're doing it gradually, it means step by step, so each one of us can be, harmonized and at the same time be evolving without having like side effects. But it also depends that each one of us eats correctly, drinks enough water, thinks, acts, and feels all clean, and does every day one good deed for another human being. We are all connected with space-time, with space with time, and we are connected, each one of us, with nature and with each other human being. Well, for tonight is more than enough. I don't have too much memory in my cell phone. I wish I could have another better phone so I can have more memory card and also better images. But that is what I have, and I am happy and hoping that I could play the singing bowls, but unfortunately I am not able to carry them easily. I have to work, and they can break easily if I don't, it's difficult for me to take them outdoors. Anyhow, I am taking them, but not as much as I would want. My lovely Arcturians, my lovely Andromedans, can you kindly blink a little bit your UFOs so my friends see you better like yesterday? Can you kindly put a little more light at least to one of your UFOs so my friends can see them? One, 2, 3, 4, 7 UFOs I'm counting in this moment, suspended in the air and doing the geometrical figures that are needed to move the DNA and to move the acceleration of the speed of light correctly. For the suspending also of the warp of space-time, which they are clearing, because they are clearing the environment of all the Anunnaki bases of bad vibrations of the moon. Since the 9th of June, the mega UFO of Andromeda did shift completely the moon's frequencies. Completely. So now they are doing like a reestablishment of the correct frequencies in the environment multidimensionally to prepare the ascension. The portals are open, and our personal portal is also, they are open, but you need really to know how to get in it. You need to be aligned, you need to be enhanced, you need in your energy, and also you need to be more respectful. Well, they are moving now, that's why I stopped talking. They move the geometrical structure now. Now they are aligned 4 UFOs directly in one side, and then I see 3 in the other, and the one that was here is by itself. I see one here. I am confused with the lights of the building, but here the ones I see are very clear. 1, 2, 3, 4 aligned in one side, and the other 3, and 1 in the center, and directly 1 in the bottom. So there are 7 UFOs. That is how much I can see through my phone. Well, leaving you with the best of bests. Love you. Karisma, Appedole, in New York. I am still in the 14th day, not yet 12 o'clock.